And you're only a what if away from great holidays. What if it's Aussie for travel?
Hello, everybody. Podcast-related people. Hello, pod people.
Hi, podsters. Oh, that sounds so
Podsters
lame.
is lame, man.
Did I just say podsters?
Don't ever say that again.
What do you call people that listen to the podcast?
Podcasters is lame though, but podsters.
Podcasters, that would be us though.
Yeah, we are podcasters.
Podcasties.
Podsters. If you're probably wondering why Jim's not here, it's
Podsters.
because he's shooting himself while we're recording this.
Yeah, he's doing a poo.
Yeah, well, it's my fault because I forgot that we were doing this, and he said, "Can I go to the bathroom?" I go, "Yes." I love how you guys have to ask me for permission to go to the bathroom as well, like I'm the teacher.
It's because you have like you press the buttons and you've got all the knobs and all the gadgety stuff over there.
Steering the ship, mate. Steering the ship. I just love that you guys are like, "No, can I go to the bathroom?" Like, yes, of course you can. Wash your hands afterwards. So my mistake. I told him to go to the bathroom, of which he is now gone. And then I just said, "Hey, we're going to do this podcast thing. How far off are you?" And he goes, "Mate, I'm about to poo my pants." Okay.
Oh my God, that was me at 5:15 this morning. I swear to God, if I didn't get there that second.
Well, you're recording this current podcast and you did the show today from home. Do you want to describe your setup? How is your home setup going at the moment?
I am currently broadcasting from the boys' bedroom. I am sandwiched in between Valentino's full-size single bed and Raphael's cot.
No, and how's it been going there? Because I love how you can sit on the floor. I'll tell you one interesting thing that girls can do is you guys can sit on the floor so comfortably. I'm so uncomfortable sitting on the floor. I don't know how.
Yeah, but you're like a buff dude. That's why it's uncomfortable for you to sit down. I
have no flexibility.
Like, I'm a small person, so and I'm half Chinese as well, so I feel like the contortionist kind of stuff kicks in a little bit, you know?
Speaking of contortionists, he's here. Hey, mate.
Contortionists?
We're just talking about... you're on the podcast. Welcome to the podcast.
Oh, this is
the podcast.
Hey, Jimmy.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me.
Well, how'd you go, mate, by the way? Got it all that?
Yeah.
Success.
Yeah. No, success.
Big success. We're just talking about the fact that...
I'll be honest, I felt a bit rushed.
That's my fault.
You two.
Did you do a safety wipe?
No, I mean, wiping's fine. I'm saying I would have loved to just... I don't love rushing a poo.
No, nobody does.
No.
So when you go in there and you go, I think I have time, and then we have to record this stuff, I was not happy.
No,
there was no time to scroll.
Yeah.
I like to look at Supercoach.
Yeah.
Check the DMs.
Yeah.
No.
It's a bit of you time.
I just kept the phone in the pocket because I'm like, this needs to be business.
Yeah,
business only. Yeah, and then, as you said, Em, the worst part is when you're rushing one is the wipe. You cannot rush the wipe.
No,
because you need to make sure that you've wiped
Yes.
correctly, but also you don't want to wipe too hard, too fast.
Yes, absolutely. These are all.
Yeah, which is what Nath does until his bum bleeds.
Yeah, he's a big bleeder of the bum.
These are all key instructions, guys. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's podcast.
Boys, I have a very important question to ask you. Have you ever stalked your partner's ex?
Absolutely not. Zero interest.
You know this because we brought it up in a team meeting last week, and it's broke Nathan and I's brain.
Yeah.
Because we were sitting in, there's a boardroom here, and there were blokes on one side and girls on the other, and I've never seen a bigger divide.
It felt like a grade 6 dance.
It really was. We had to stop ourselves and be like, we need to save it for the show.
We've got to say, because this is so confusing, Em. So you have the floor. Explain what the hell you're doing.
Okay, so a psychotherapist who's written a book about retroactive jealousy, which is essentially being jealous about things.
No fancy words here, Miss
Smart
Pants.
You've gone with 5
You've
syllable
lost me already.
words. We are simple people, us
Is
blokes.
Mercury in retrogrades? What's going on?
I'm surprised you even know what Mercury in retrograde is.
I've just
Jimmy.
heard people say it. So.
He absolutely doesn't, by the way.
Okay, so essentially it's being jealous about things or people that happened before you.
Okay.
Okay?
Right.
So this psychotherapist is saying it's a problem, the retroactive jealousy.
Okay.
Especially because people have social media. We have our partner's entire romantic history online, which is where us women come in and we obsess over our partner's exes.
Okay, so how often are you doing this obsessing? Like you've been with Enzo for 450 years now. Are you still
Yeah.
are you still looking into his ex?
I only did it for like the first 25 of those 450 years. You do it mainly at the beginning.
Okay.
You do it at the beginning because it's like,
But
it's a
why?
comparison game.
What do you mean?
Because the most important thing is we need to know we're hotter than her. A.
Okay. Right.
B, we just need to find out everything we can. We just need to
Why?
know.
Again, why?
Well, what? You're not trying to date
Just
them.
cause. Cause is always the reason here. Okay, just
because
cause.
isn't a reason. What are you
It is.
getting out of it?
It's this. I don't know how to explain it. It's like you get off on hating this chick who has actually done nothing to you.
Right.
But like, I need to know her style. I need to know where she went to school. What netball team did she play in primary school? Like, stalk her LinkedIn. What is her job now? Do we have any mutual friends? Like, all of that. Is she cooler than me? I have to be cooler. I have to be hotter. I have to be smarter. I have to be a general upgrade.
We've obviously left this person because we don't want to be with them. And
Yeah.
now we're with you.
You
our
won.
current
You
partner.
won.
You've won the
You've
game.
won.
Right? Why are we looking? Why
Yeah.
are you comparing yourself? You're obviously with us and not with that person anymore.
Yeah, cause. We'll always come back to
Hang on,
cause.
Executive Producer Take Out. I can see you nodding furiously out there. So you do this too?
Yeah, of course.
But-
Literally every girl does it. I don't know a single girl that hasn't stalked a partner's
Okay,
ex.
can you because M's reasoning is because. Do you have a reasoning?
I swear to God. I swear to God. If you say "cuz,"
Is your reason because? Okay, producer Lolo, do you do this as well? And I swear to God, if you say because, producer Lolo,
Yes, everyone. Every girl I know has done
Why?
this. And I think you boys are lying also.
What, they're
I
lying.
think guys
Why?
do it.
I have no interest in
Zero
what
interest.
has gone on in the past.
Zero
That's because you're
interest.
both with hot partners. You're probably like, I don't need to know.
I read this is a
cares?
true story. I've only ever had one interaction with one of Meg's exes, and I had no idea. Right? We were walking.
You're not interacting with them.
we
You're
were-
just looking at
You're
them.
pretty much
Why?
interacting. We were. Okay, this is
I
what
think
happened.
looking at them is actually worse than interacting
What,
with
this,
them.
well, this, okay,
You have
this,
weirdos in the dark,
Just so you
scrolling
know-
on Instagram in bed, hanging outside with binoculars in the
It's
bushes.
serial killers. You should
No,
all be
it's not a
arrested.
stakeout. It is not a
sounds like it.
stakeout.
It
And we're not
sounds
physically out the front of.
No,
Yeah, it's a stake in.
It's a digital.
It's a stake in.
It's a digital stakeout, mate. It is a digital stakeout. This is okay. This
Right,
is to
whatever it is, there's some sort of stake going on. I can smell a barbecue.
Yeah, exactly.
Staking is happening.
All right, this is to put it in perspective. This is the one. This is how blokes think, right? This is the one interaction I've ever had with my now wife's ex. Right?
Yeah.
We were in Crow's Nest. We were walking through, and there was this bloke, and he was dressed in old leather, and he looked odd, and he looked like the Fonz, right? And so, yeah. And I said to Meg, if you've never Google the Fonz, if you don't know who the Fonz is, and I just said to Meg, unbeknownst to me, wow, that guy looks like the Fonz. Meg turns to me, and I said, that's my ex. I laughed. We moved on. That is it.
But see, in that scenario, wouldn't it have been better for you to know that that's her ex? Like, if I'm walking towards my partner's, any of his exes, I want to clock her and I want to know.
What? You want to fight him? This guy looked like
Okay,
Yes.
I felt sorry for
let's
him.
just. I'll play hypotheticals here, and I will say that maybe it's worth knowing who they are. I'm going to meet you at that point.
Yeah.
But there is no point in knowing if they played under eights at the Carringbar Thistles, and that was their netball team. That
Okay.
you do not need to know.
Guys, we've got to open this up, okay? This because clearly we're on one side here, Jim. We are on one side. So you know what? This
Sorry, I just found out. Who uses the Loz? You use Digital Loz uses the show page to stalk
is
people.
digital loss. You are exploiting radio resources for your
Stalk
love life.
who? Who are you stalking?
It's
What do you
actually
think I'm
smart.
going to do? Digital laws. I'm going to use my assets, what I'm being given.
So you're using the radio
Wait,
show.
so do I. Who else is using it? Lolo, you use the show pages.
You guys.
I want them to somehow figure out it's me.
Yeah, but now they think we're a creepy show.
No, we're just
me
an
and Nate.
interesting show.
You guys are, you're actually insane. All right, this is
You're actually
This
insane.
is what I'm going to do. 13 10 60. Jump on the phones right now. Who's insane? Right? Who's insane? Hello, Jazz.
Hello.
Jazz, who's insane? And the answer better be women.
Well, you guys are insane because you're not stalking your exes.
What do you mean? Why do you do this?
I stalked my boyfriend's Spanish girlfriend so much that she figured out and blocked me. And she actually messaged him and asked him why I was viewing her stories.
So she realised that you were stalking so hard that she blocked you and messaged you.
Yeah, well, she messaged him and said, your girlfriend's viewing my stories.
But Jazz, here's
What
the
did
thing.
What did he say?
Well, that was insane in that moment, yeah.
Sorry, you're insane all the time.
But Jazz,
That's
hang
bad.
on, guys. We're missing the point here. What did you find out about the ex-girlfriend?
She's bilingual. She's beautiful.
Yeah.
She's got a rich family. She's lives in Portugal or something like that.
Well, guess what? You should probably be with her.
Why don't you marry her then?
I think I don't know about you, Nate, but I'm interested.
Let me tell you,
Yeah.
shoot me your Instagram.
So am I.
Charlotte.
Hello.
Charlotte, whose side are you on here? Are the girls insane or are the blokes insane?
I'm on the boys' side. The girls are insane.
Yes. Okay. Charlotte, I'll back you up here. Why are the girls insane?
Because first of all, if he wanted to be with them, he would be with them.
Correct.
Thank you. Yes.
Also,
Thank you.
if he goes back there, he doesn't want to be there.
Exactly. You have
Okay,
right to
Charlotte,
reply-
Charlotte.
Here we go.
I feel like maybe you're glossing over some details here. Have you ever, be honest, have you ever stalked? Like, I know you don't generally do it, but have you ever had a moment of weakness?
Yes, of course. But that made me realise I was insecure about the guy,
There you
so
go.
I wasn't with the right partner.
Exactly.
I would actually feel
Okay.
worse if Charlotte called up and went, I've never done it. So she's done it and she understands that she was a crazy
Exactly.
person.
Yes.
And
hey, welcome,
Okay.
Charlotte. Welcome to sanity.
yeah.
Right. It's
welcome
good.
to Saneville.
Welcome to-
Population Jimmy Nath and Charlotte.
All right, one apiece. Hello, Simone.
Hi guys, how you going?
Good. Well, I'm not good. We're a bit fired up in here, but we're trying to figure out who's insane. Is it the girls or the guys with respect to the whole stalking of the exes, Simone?
Oh, look, I think to a degree, both sexes are crazy
Yeah, that's fair.
and insane, but I think more so the boys just for not looking into it.
Why? What do you want us to look for?
Why are we in? Okay, show you working, Simone.
Yeah.
Why are we insane?
Okay, so I think that girls do it simply for maybe there's a bit of insecurity, but it's also we want to know if we really like you, we want to know what the exes have done wrong so that we can change.
So you don't.
Yeah, it's due diligence.
No, but hang on. If I screw up with an ex, I'm not posting on socials. Here's all my mistakes. You know?
Trending now with Emma Chow.
Mariah Carey might be famous, but she still knows how to embarrass her teenage son like every mum does. Moroccan was on a live stream and Mariah was in the background. And when people saw her there, she hijacked the stream and Moroccan was not happy about it. Have a listen.
Okay, y'all need to get out now. Just everybody get out. Mom, I can see you. Okay.
That
They're
is.
saying, hi, Mariah, I love you. Oh, my God. Get out of my room.
Oh, embarrassments, Mom. Mom, get out of my room. Are you at that stage yet, Em? Are you at that stage with Tina? I know Rafa, your little one, doesn't care, but is Tina like, Mom, get out of my room?
He's not like, Mom, get out of my room yet. However, he has started to not kiss me and his dad on the lips anymore. And that's really sad.
Jim and I can step in if you
about
want.
that.
Just
Because
a suggestion, mate.
I'll
A
plant
little
one on
bit
your
of my
husband.
baby is like, I know, I don't even need to ask you guys. That's just off your own back.
Oh,
You don't have
I
to
would
give my
pass your
husband
husband in a heartbeat. He's a
Oh.
good-looking rooster, Enzo. He's
Zero,
And you
zero
know what? He's a
drinks
great
required.
kisser.
honestly,
Completely sober.
yeah. Is he a good kisser, Em? Is he a good
He
kisser?
would be, mate. He's
He's
an
a great
Italian
kisser.
stallion.
Yeah,
The
of
best.
course.
Yeah.
Just the right
Yeah.
amount of tongue, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's the key.
absolutely.
That's right.
Well, show me your panini.
And why do I all of a sudden feel sweaty? I'm like hot and bothered by this
I don't know.
conversation.
Maybe your aircon's up nice and high at home. I don't know. Em.
And finally, the finale of White Lotus dropped yesterday and it was a doozy. So the endings of this show have become a huge moment because someone always dies in a crazy way. In the first season, it was the hotel manager. Remember, he shit in the guest suitcase and then the guest heard the intruder. Stabbed him, he dies.
Yes.
In the second season, the billionaire Tanya's running away from hitmen on the super yacht. She finally gets away, falls off the super yacht, cracks her head open, and she dies. So the executive producer says that he and Mike White, the creator, wrote 6 fake endings for season 3 to make sure that nothing got leaked. He said when we shot the ending scene, it was a lockdown set. There were no non-White Lotus participants ever seeing what we were doing.
6. I mean, that's so. Did they shoot the 6 endings, or did they just write them? Because that is a lot of extra.
I mean,
work.
you made the answer. I was trying to look at this last night. I only saw that they wrote them. I didn't see that they
Yes.
actually.
Do you know if
went
they
and filmed
shot them, Em? Did they?
I think it was just a written ending. So people would have had scripts out there. And if
Yes,
anything
okay.
leaked, it'd be like, well, we wrote heaps of fake endings, so no one's going to know the real one.
Because you hear in Australian Idol or MasterChef when they do 2 different endings. But I feel like that's easy because they're just, firing off a confetti cannon and standing next to a souffle.
Yeah.
Oh, the team are saying they did film them.
they did film them.
They filmed all 6. Jesus.
Jeez, man.
Wow.
It's
I
just
wouldn't mind actually just seeing them.
Yeah,
Same.
true.
I know we don't do DVDs anymore, but do you remember
director's cut.
you get like a movie and it'd be like the old, I remember the one I was like I Am Legend. There was like an alternate ending where like he saves her and the zombies come in and stuff, and I was like, this is so cool.
Yeah.
I'd love to see 6 different or 5
I mean,
different
if they
endings.
filmed
Same
them,
here.
release them. You know what I mean? Release it.
Maybe they'll do it. Well, they can't do it as a DVD special. But I feel like Netflix sometimes releases little 10-minuters every now and then. So maybe they could do that.
Well, it's not on Netflix though.
They're not on Netflix though.
Yeah.
Just
What a
realised
power
that.
play from
Not on
Netflix,
Netflix.
revealing the ending.
Nath M. Nath, you actually just mentioned it, but unfortunately he's not a very famous person.
No, not overly famous. I might have told a porcupine.
Yeah, a bloke. He's a golfer. His name's Ryan McCormick.
Yep.
You've probably never heard of him.
Oh, not McCormick.
Not MAGA. He plays on a tour in America called the Corn Ferry Tour. He's a golfer. Now, this tour is not the top-tier tour. It's basically a stepping stone for golfers to get up to that next level. So there's a lot of pressure on players who play on this tour because they want to step up. They want to be professionals playing in the PGA Tour. Now, he's been struggling with his anger, so he decided to tape his mouth shut. Now, we got some audio. I'm going to play it for you here.
Oh, no, you need to play the one without the tape off.
Okay, sorry, wrong audio. Here it is.
I was hoping maybe it would help me. Can't say that it did or didn't, but yeah. I don't know. It certainly makes you breathe. I mean, I felt like Bane, like Batman, just like muzzle myself.
What does he mean he doesn't know if it helped him or not? He would have been there.
He was still very angry. So he was swearing, he'd been carrying on. But yes, Em, you're right. There was, he'd miss a putt and he'd go...
Yeah, well, Jim, I mean, you're partial to throwing a club. You know what I mean? At one point, I've seen you throw a club 50, 60 metres.
I can
before.
yeet a golf club.
Oh, we played. This is a very true story. We played with a bloke once, and Jim was having an awful round.
God.
An absolute shocker. And at one point, he took his driver, which is the big club, and just yeeted it like over bushes. Like it was
50, 60 metres.
a lot further than his golf ball went. And then the old guy we were playing with turns to me and he goes, "Does he do that a bit?" And I go, "Yeah."
So it's just going to get out of your system. You know what I mean?
And then you still played bad, but you were calmer.
No, well, I was calmer that day, but I played awfully. So what I want to do to celebrate old Ryan McCormick is ask on 131060, what extremes have you gone to control yourself?
Yep.
So I'm not just talking anger. Maybe you were trying to diet.
Yep.
Maybe you're trying to give up smoking. You're trying to do something, but you had to control yourself. You had to stop yourself from doing something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I regrettably smoked for a couple of years, and I kept being like, I'm going to quit. Yeah. And then one day I was like at a promenade or something. There was a bin over there. I had a full pack of cigs, and I was like, bin. And I never smoked again after that.
Oh, well done. I mean, you're heavy on the
occasional
vapes.
social smoke.
You're heavy on the vapes, but I mean, she doesn't smoke.
Loves
anymore,
a joint.
which is
Big
J.
J.
Yeah, chuff chow.
Pasa me the reefer,
She
man.
loves that. Why? This is a true story, and it didn't work because, and you're about to find out why. As a kid, I was a chronic thumb sucker. One of the great thumb suckers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, chronic thumb sucker. So much.
Like into school kind of thumb sucker?
Into school, into high school. into work.
No, Nathan,
Yeah,
you did not suck your thumb in year 7.
Yeah, I still do. I still suck my thumb. I was sucking it before. I suck it only now.
What?
I only suck it now when I think, when I'm thinking.
You're in deep thought,
When I'm in
which
deep
happens
thought.
very rarely.
It happens very rarely.
But he will put it in and just he'll look. He
Yeah.
kind of gets a little cross-eyed and he looks out in the distance.
Yeah, I do. It's my thinking face. I still do it, but to the point.
Do you know what? I've actually seen this.
Yeah, I do this. But so this is what
it's
happens.
It's not an active sucking motion, but you put it in your mouth.
Guys, we're nearly a wrap up. We're nearly at 4 minutes.
Just quickly, what's an active sucking motion then?
I think you can do that, Nate.
No, but this is what happened. My mum, to try and stop me from doing it, used to put nail polish remover all over my thumb so it tasted disgusting when I put it in. The problem was, because I was such a chronic thumb sucker, I'd just suck the nail polish remover off and then it would be normal again. I'd have to put up with a few bad sucks.
They're the type of things we're after. 13 10 60. What extremes have you, or maybe someone else, in Nate's case his mum, gone to control yourself?
Hello, Svetlana.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
We're good. What lengths did you go to control yourself?
Oh, well, my parents went, actually. When I was child, I was sucking 2 fingers, and I could not stop for a very long time.
Okay.
And then my parents called the police, friends police.
They called the police?
What? They called police to come to our house, come over, just as a friend.
Yeah.
And they saw me doing it, and they told me, if you don't stop, we're going to lock you up. And I never did it ever again after that.
Oh,
Never again.
my God.
Svetlana, I'm detecting a bit of an accent. Was this...
Thanks, Sherlock.
Where was this? Was this here in Australia? Was it somewhere else?
Overseas. That was overseas, not in Australia.
Oh, okay. It was overseas.
Yeah, I was just wondering. Yeah.
What country, Svetlana?
Serbia, though.
Serbia, yeah. Knocked on the doors from some Serbian officials.
It might be illegal there. We don't know.
I don't know. No, actually, that was a long time ago.
I don't know. Svetlana's calling us from a Serbian prison. It's her one phone call. Carly from Campbelltown. Hello, Carly.
Yours.
Up yours, Carly.
Do that in the middle of the day.
You can do it
That's
whenever
fine.
you
Do
want,
whatever you
Carly.
want.
It's your greeting of the show. Up yours. What extremes have you had to go to control yourself, Carly?
Well, once when I was dieting, I put a rubber band on my wrist, and then every time I felt like eating shit, I would just flick it.
Did that work, Carly?
Yeah, you inflict pain.
Right. So you would inflict pain on yourself. So did you lose weight?
Oh, yeah. And then in my head, I was like, every time I do it, I'd be like, naughty.
Well, Svetlana's back.
What if you could get more of the Jimmy and Nath Show? You can on the podcast. And you're only a what if away from great holidays. What if it's Aussie for travel?